Hi everyone, welcome back to Champs French Bulldogs channel. Today we're going to have a discussion about raw, feeding your dogs raw. Now I'm just going to apply this specifically to the French Bulldog. I have had a lot of different breeds over the years. We previously had a farm, and on the farm we had Italian Mastiffs. And over the course of having Italian Mastiffs for 13 years, we never once had a dog with a hip dysplasia issue, which is commonly caused by food. It's going to depend on the study, but typically there's a lot of flare-ups that occur from dog foods. So flare-ups can happen in the joints of a dog, and there is a correlation between GMO corn and basically how a dog, the bones grow and the joints grow, so on and so forth. So there is a relationship between the grains in a dog food and the health of the joints of the dog. And there's a lot of other variables which I won't get into, but the bottom line is nutrition is essential when you are feeding your dogs. And there is some really high-end dog foods, and they're very expensive. And I still notice that oftentimes these dog foods are being promoted, and if you look at the ingredients, it still has corn. I've never fed my dogs dog food with corn. There was an instance a very long time ago. I mean, this was probably 20 years ago. I had a pit bull, and I was feeding that pit bull a regular dog food from Walmart. It had corn in it, and sure enough, he had issues. He had to go to the vet. He had allergies, and that was my first experience where I changed the dog food. I gave him a better dog food, and it was just a high end. It didn't have corn in it, and he started to improve rather than give him the steroids that the vet had prescribed and the medication. I wanted to try something different. And then after that, I gravitated and did the raw, and it was even better results. The coat was better, zero dandruff, and he was just running a lot faster and just kind of looking better, because that pit bull a long time ago, he had a little bit of a weird walk. That completely went away. And then fast forward to the Italian Mastiffs that we had plenty that were living till 13 years old. One of them in particular was a 135-pound female. Her name was Princess. She lived up until 13 years old last year before we moved from the farm. So the point is, I am a firm advocate and a believer that raw makes a big difference. It doesn't mean every single meal I'm giving raw, but we have a pregnant female here. This is Victoria's Secret, and she is going to just have a nice little snack, and we're going to give her just a little bit of beef here. So they love raw so much that you literally have to separate them, okay? We don't tolerate any aggression in our dogs, but this is the time when they really are very motivated to eat their food. So that's another very interesting thing. The kibble, even though we give them a good kibble sometimes, they'll take their time on the kibble. With this, they just go right to it. Why? Because it is a natural tendency for dogs, obviously, to gravitate to their natural diet, which is meat. They are carnivores. So yes, I do think that giving raw meat at least maybe 3 times a week is a wonderful way to add nutrition to the dog's diet. You'll see a difference in the coat. You will also, at least in my opinion, have a dog that lives a much longer life. And that's, again, in my opinion and from my experience. So I hope this helped. I didn't get very scientific. I'm just giving simple facts of experience of why we supplement our Frenchie's diet with a raw diet. Thank you, and have a great day.